Kia ora whānau, welcome to Supergrans Tairāwhiti. My name is Erina and I have some wonderful recipes I'm going to share with you today. First we're going to make basic wraps and then we'll fill them so you can put them into the lunch boxes for the kids. And then also learn how to turn those basic wraps into many different versatile recipes such as pizza, homemade corn chips or crackers, and naan bread. Flour workshop, basic wraps. This recipe will make an average of 6 wraps. Ingredients required: 2 cups of plain flour, 1 cup of water approximately, 1 teaspoon of oil optional, half a teaspoon of salt optional. Equipment needed: 1 bowl, 1 cup, 1 spoon or tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, a rolling pin, but you can also use Glad wrap if you do not have a rolling pin, 1 fry pan and a set of tongs. Alright, and now it's time to cook whānau. So now we place our 2 cups of flour in the bowl. Make a well or a hole in the centre of the flour, then add a little water at a time, stirring as you go. A little bit more water whānau, it's not quite sticky enough as we need that dough to be sticky. A little bit more water, that's the trick, that looks right. Flour the bench that you're going to be rolling onto and then take a generous golf ball size piece of your dough and lay it on your well floured bench. Sprinkle the dough again with flour and don't forget to sprinkle your rolling pin with flour. You will be using a generous amount of flour to do this. Start rolling, making your way from the inside to the outside of the dough to form whichever desired size shape you would like. Keep sprinkling with flour as you roll and flip the wrap over and over, repeating this to get a nice as thin as you can. Repeat this stage until the dough is all used up. Now I have a tip. Because it can be quite messy with all the flour, you can lay Glad wrap down on your bench, but ensure that you put lots and lots of flour on there and you can roll your wraps on the Glad wrap. This makes for easy clean when you're finished. So using a dry hot pan whānau, with no oil or butter, that's right, no oil or butter required for this, but your pan must be extremely hot. So you want to turn it up as high as you can on your element, but do be mindful that it will be very hot. Bang the excess flour off your wrap before you place it into that hot pan. Be careful, remember that pan is hot. Wait for 30 seconds, then flip over for another 30 seconds. You will see air bubbles forming in your wrap. After the minute of cooking your wrap, remove from the pan and place onto a plate. Then repeat until all the dough has been used and you have made your wraps. A tip: it is a good idea to wipe pan out of excess flour during cooking, as this is what creates the smoke in the kitchen. Make sure you're in a well ventilated room or area, as this can set off fire alarms. So I suggest you make sure you either buy a window or you have a overhead fan on your stove going, or you can even make these outside on the barbecue hot plate. So now that you've made your wraps, let's look at different ways we can fill these wraps. Today I have some mayonnaise, some chutney or relish, a bit of ham, coleslaw and lettuce, and of course the homemade wrap you've just made. Now we take that wrap, we'll put a wee bit of mayonnaise into the centre or to the side of the wrap, then a bit of relish on top of that, followed by the meat, the coleslaw, then the lettuce. Now a tip that I would like to share with you is that you do this on a piece of lunch wrap or greaseproof paper. It just makes it easier when you come to rolling your wrap. Let's roll your wrap. Pick up one edge of the wrap where all the filling is to that side, and then you want to roll it over and then try and pull the filling back as you roll and then roll over. Now this is another great tip. Using the grease paper or the lunch wrap that you have your wrap on, you can then spin it around, fold each side over and spin it around again, fold the flap over and then roll. And there you have it. You have your wrap ready to cut. Then I like to do a diagonal cut just to make your wrap look a little bit more flashy whānau. And then there you have it. It is ready to serve. It makes a wonderful lunchbox filler or something that you can take for work. And that's a wrap.
Supergrans Tairāwhiti home cooking.